Alright, welcome back to our channel, guys. This is the second episode of account flipping, right? Last time we went from 300 USD to 1k. Actually that unfortunately is not recorded, but then from 1k we went to I think 2k, something like that. This one is recorded, and now you will see how we go from 2k to 3.5k or even 4k, something like that. And also you will see some mistakes on the side, on the way, and so which is good. You know, I sometimes broke my trading system, which I should not do, but this is flipping, right? This is a different beast. I'm trading with big sizes here. I'm breaking some rules. I don't do proper risk management. It's risky, right? But this is to showcase my skills, and that also relies on luck, of course. But have a look, a very nice episode. I think you will like it.
Previously on the Real Forex Trader.
Okay, here you can see the account. So we have increased our balance. We're now at 1,750. The weekly stays red. We should easily come actually to the weekly low point again right here. You see, then the big elephant in the room today is the Fed FOMC meeting in the evening. We still got time until evening, but yeah, we need to see about that. Anyway guys, I'll catch you later. Alright guys, so let's have a look here. Yeah, basically it's going well. So as you can see, we are here 430 profit in floating, so it's not realized. If we're unlucky, we will give it all up, of course. Need to see now. I'm gonna manage some stops here, I guess. So let's get some stops in here on the Euro USD, maybe something like that. So behind this 1 hour candle here, that should be fine. The idea is to move up here, right? This is the idea. Maybe, guys, I should maybe get TradingView ready as well to show you. One moment. So let's have a look here as well. So how does it look here? Here, actually, let's get this picture somewhere over here. That would be good. Okay, so yeah, how does it look here? Yeah, pretty good. We're expecting this high point here to be hit, right? This is why I'm staying in this trade. This is like the minimum target. The bigger target actually, like I said, would even be this high point, but the problem is we have the FOMC in the evening, right? Interest rate decisions, so I don't know how much volatility will come up there, but preferably we will cut the trade before that, right? Preferably. So hopefully we get kind of a run here today still, and then cut it, I guess, before FOMC, because we want to be flat for that if we can, right? So then let's have a look in NZD. So here, this one has actually a while to go. You know, I want to let this run actually. So maybe potentially leave it during FOMC. I think this should easily come up here in this area.
Are you sure about that?
So this is the target area up here. So this has quite some room to move. Like all the targets are pointing up there, right? So gonna wait it out, right? And this one could bring us some nice gains. So definitely gonna wait out on this one. Euro USD, we need to see, because Euro USD is not that much up yet. So right, so maybe before FOMC we can throw it out with some gains, preferably depending where it is, right? So if it's somewhere up here, that would be better than we throw it out here. If it goes to the target still before FOMC, that would be good, right? But I don't know how much it can move, you know, because normally before these kind of events the markets are normally quiet before the news events, and then on the news is the lottery, right? I need to see here. And what kind of risk do we have here? Not much, right? We have here $8 and here we have $12, so not much risk. It's kind of stalling here. This I don't like so much. It's kind of slow, but I like the 2 hour close. This should come in like that in 20 minutes, and then I'm expecting more upside actually to come here. So when you see, we have a nice floating profit, right? Sometimes I'm very inclined to actually just close it out, because looking at the balance in equity, this is so much, right, in percentage. This is because we have the lot sizes are too high for this account, right? We're trading here 2 lots, guys, on Forex on an account that's not even 2K. That's too much. You know, normally I trade 2 lots on a 10K account. That is normal. That was what is normal, right? Because I look at ATR, I look at the average true range, I adjust that to the monthly volatility of my pair that I'm trading, right? Oh, guys, I forgot to switch to the screen. Here you can see it, right? We have 400 in floating, and here you can see we're at 1,700 this account, and now we're in 2,100, right, in equity. So it's actually it would be a nice jump up here in equity. So but yeah, I'm trying. This is the hard thing if you're flipping small accounts, right? Because actually you should just let it go to your targets, but then in the same time, because this makes such a big difference already, you're like, fuck, you know, should I just close everything out now, just get this bump? We could do that, of course, and we definitely do that sometimes, take the bad risk rewards. We definitely do that because we need buffer on the account, we need to grow it quickly. But the problem is with that, eventually you will have a loser trade that destroys all your gains, and this is why I need to have a runner at some point. This is why I need to have a runner that, you know, runs up here somewhere, and then the other one runs NZD runs there as well, and then we can have a very big winner, like maybe $1,000 gained. That would be better because then we are more stable, right? And then we can afford a bigger loser, actually, right? That would be much nicer. But the probability to catch these running trades is of course smaller, so we need to be careful. That's the most difficult part in trading, in my opinion, to know when it is a bad risk to reward play and when it's a good risk to reward play, right? And like I said, 70% of times it should be a bad risk to reward because the markets are sideways turning everywhere, and 30% of times it should be a good risk to reward play because it's trending. So I'm gonna leave it here for now. I think that the targets are higher, and hopefully it will play out, and we'll see how this will be with the news, right? I preferably want to deleverage before the news. So but the news are still in the evening, right? Still a long time to go. So catch you guys later.
1 hour later.
Guys, quick update here. So I deleveraged out of my trades a bit. So specifically I took out the NZT because that one was in a very good profit, right? You can see now here in the euro also some kind of pullback here. And yeah, now, you know, we need to keep in mind that we have the news event tonight, so I don't want to get stuck somewhere, right? So here we went out right on the top right here. I think, like I said, I don't see any reason why this should not come up here actually, but the problem is the news event tonight, right? We cannot be in there with 2 lots in total on Forex pairs, you know, they're all linked to USD. We can't, right? I think this now will retrace a bit down here, right, and then come up again, right? So let's look in trading view quickly. So here we have it. Let's open quickly NZD, right? I think there is no reason this should not come up here, but like I said, I rather be out now with a gain. Yeah, it's probably gonna push up more, right? But it just makes sense to take some gains and then you know, deleverage. Yeah, it's pushing already, right? So like I said, I took again the bad risk to reward. At some point we need to let it run, have a runner, but I rather do this in an environment where we don't have this looming big news event, right? And we're still on the table with Euro USD, right? So that one for me, the 4 hour here is pretty good. So we had 2 4 hour candles, they both engulfed to the upside here, right? So it should come up more. Yes, there will probably be a little bit of pullback here, but should come up here. So we leave this one, and it's just a measure to deleverage a little bit. You know, I don't want to be with 2 lots in total in here. So 1 lot is enough for the moment, which is still a lot for 2K account. I mean, what does 1 lot mean? It means one time a trade that goes 200 pips against you in the worst case, where you like stuck in it, or you, I don't know, you just froze, you couldn't get out, or like your computer is out, you don't have a stop loss in place, and then this account would be done. This is what it means. And 200 pips sounds like a lot, but it's not, trust me. I know the ATR Monthly ATR is 300 pips in Euro USD, so okay, we're kind of in line with that, but it would be better to trade smaller sizes. But we're trying to flip this account a little bit, right? But still within reasons. We don't want to gamble, you know. So here I also did some stop loss management, so here we're pretty good. One position has a risk of 21 bucks. The other one is here pretty much even, right? So yeah, so hopefully this will not crash down here. If it does, then it's unfortunate and we need to get out, but I'm assuming more upside to come here, and hopefully we go somehow in this would be the target right up here. But I'm expecting the market to be a little bit quiet now, because before the news event normally it's quiet, right? So it might be that we just get stuck here. Oh guys, I'm not even sharing the right screen, so it might that we, you know, so basically here what I wanted to say, we're banking on that this is gonna come up here. I don't know, it's still gonna happen in the session. Normally before the news release it's quiet, and yeah, in the worst case we're stuck here like that, and then the news comes out. That would be bad, because then we easily get fished out on a news event and the stops could also be jumped. So I rather have this price somewhere more up, right, then protect it with the SL, and then we'll see if it's not in the target. Maybe we leave it for the news event, because it could be a quick spike into the target and then we go out, or we close it before the news if it has enough profit, right? But if it's like that, so close to the stops and stuff or entries, then before the news we just take the profit. It would be another 100 bucks here, just take it, right? And then look what happens in the news, right? And of course, if the news jumps into your target a lot of times, it actually does, then it's unfortunate. But my experience with news is if I'm not in news, if I'm outside of the news, just watching, they always act in the nicest way possible, just boom, jump into my target, right? And I'm angry, like, why was I not holding the trade during news? And but if I'm in news, my experience is always when I'm in there, any running profit that I have or any position that is open immediately gets destroyed, like by a counter move, buff, and then you have a big loss and then it goes your way. So this is why I hate news. Either way, you watch and you feel bad because it did a nice move, or you are inside and you feel bad because it totally screwed you all your positions over, right? So that's why I don't like news. Anyway, guys, catch you in the next one.
Later.
Alright guys, update here. So price retraced, which is, you know, not so surprising. It's now lunchtime, and yeah, I was thinking probably it's gonna be a quiet day today, right? So, and now we anyway need to wait for the US session. I'm not sure if in the US session if there's much going on either, because we have the big news event tonight. However, I'm still in this trade. We could get stopped out potentially. Our risk is minimal. It's like 20 bucks, so it's completely okay. I'm still targeting this wick up here, right? Minimum, actually maybe even this high point is where I just put the TP if this becomes a longer swing. But anyway, we have the news tonight, so probably we need to act anyway at some point. Now here it should actually stabilize around these levels, so I think the SL is still technically well set. So let's get it down a bit though, a little bit more room. So here 20 bucks now on the table. The other position is at 0, and yeah, what can you see here in 4 hours? We have this engulfing here. This is why I'm staying inside this trade. As long as the 4-hour candle is not engulfed to the downside now, there's an active thrust up. Why is that? Because we engulfed on the upside, right? Let me show you this in trading view. Okay, here we are, trading view. Yes. So let's get it like that. Okay, we are in an active up thrust because of that candle, right? So there's a difference between thrust and trend, right? Trend is the overall zigzag structure that you can see. There's a trend up here, right? Which you can see after this high point was taken out, right? We had first this kind of down movement here, right? And then it was taken out with this one, and now we have this up movement, right? So this is the trend, but then the thrust is the candles, right? Each candle. So here, for example, a up thrust, if you go back, started, right? So have a look here.
this is where brand new uptrust started with the overall trend anyway, and I always take in consideration the bigger time frames like weekly, daily, etc. They are also showing me upside to come. This is why I was long in Euro USD the whole time, right? So here still uptrust, 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 and now it's gonna break, I guess, at some point. No, here's still uptrust, and here's still uptrust, right? And then here it breaks, kind of, right? It's not a complete break because the wick down here is not engulfed, but the body is clear, showing me, okay, probably a correction to come now. Could go back here, right? So then if I would be in this long trade here, I could take it off, right, for example, because now a correction is likely. And yeah, we can see there was still another hunt here, right? And now let's see, here is the correction, right? Comes like on these kind of closing this gap, right? There's a open gap here, closing it kind of, or maybe close to it, yeah, here. Okay, so and now this is why I went long today, because here you can see uptrust again with this candle here, right? And overall we anyway bullish, and I think this wick needs to be taken out, right? Now the question is only, will we get still fished out of this position or not, right? Here uptrust is still active, there's a red one here, but there's nothing broken, so uptrust still active, and here again with this one engulfed again. So I think it should come up here, it should not engulf down now, but you never know. But anyway, we have our SL here. Hopefully we will not get fished. It could maybe be an unlucky move trying the wick down there again of the 4 hours. That could happen. That would be a little bit unlucky, but I'm not gonna leave it like that. I feel confident that we will you know, turn up here again, maybe put this one a little bit more. Let's give it 2150 then, so $1 more. So okay, and yeah, I'm just gonna leave it, and then I'll catch up with you guys later.
A few moments later.
All right guys, let me take you back here. So what happened? Basically we got stopped out here on this wick. I was thinking already this one stop is probably not far enough away, so we lost 20 bucks. That's okay. You can see it went over the body a little bit. Our stop was right here, so we got fished out. I couldn't do anything because I was in lunch, so not looking at the screen. But what did we do? We still have the one here that's an even, and then I put in a new one right here with aggressive size, guys. This one is actually aggressive. Need to be careful about that one. Let's put the stop here as well. Need to be careful here. This is just my market experience, and like I said, I would never trade like this in other serious accounts. This is for purposes of YouTube and flipping here, showing my skills. So this is risky. I never go in scale in with a bigger size, right? But we want to use our gains. I mean, we came up here in the beginning of the week. This account was somewhere at 1K or something, right? And before that it was at 300. So we're trying to make gains here, right? So now let's look at TradingView quickly. What is the play here, right? The play obviously is still that we are actually stabilizing here at this support here. Yes, stabilizing here, and we're still flowing with the engulfments that we have seen here over and over again on the 4 hour. Daily is green, weekly is green. We want to go with a bigger flow. We're stabilizing here. I don't see any problems to come up here, right? The only issue is that we have FOMC here in the evening. As you can see here, this is a problem at 20, 30 or 20 o'clock. So this might be the reason why this is just red, green, red, green, red, green, and not doing anything. I told you this might be a problem, that we just have a market that is waiting around here, not doing any moves. So if that's the case, we need to be careful, because before FOMC, I'm definitely gonna take out some positions, right? And maybe leave a left size in there of maybe 0.5 or even smaller, but not more. I'm never gonna be in FOMC with 2 lots. That would be crazy. It would destroy this account fast, right? 100 pips. What does 2 lots mean? 100 pips and this account is gone, right? This is 100 pips against you, so that's a very risky. So, but we want to flip it, right? So, and like I said, once we have more gains, once we get to 4 or 5Ks, I will go slower with the risk. I will not keep increasing, going fast. And once we are on 10K, I will go even slower, because then it's real money. You know, it's real money here, guys. As you can see, sorry, it's real money here. I always forget to switch the screen, guys. It's real money here, and you know, 5K is not that little anymore. So I want to go then slow, right, and to protect it too, because it's real, right. And my best flip I did so far was I put in $200 or 215. I took it all the way to almost 9k. It was at 8.6, 8.7k, always going up, up, up. And then what happened? Ukraine war started, and I got stuck in a Euro USD short position. I forget to put any SL, and then it just went down, and the whole day down, 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 down. And basically that was one, I think in 2 days only it did 400 pips or something. This is like a whole monthly candle, right, in 2 days. That I cannot withstand that. Normally I look carefully at ATR, but this is how I destroyed one account. So flipping is risky, and I don't want to be in this position anymore. About once you have a big account, you need to protect it or take some gains, maybe even take some splits out. Maybe I pay myself 1k or something at some point. You know, we could do that too, but like I said, once we're there, I will take it slowly. And still, we don't know if you get there, right? We can fail at any time. It's trading is risky, and this is not a trading style I would recommend. I'm just showing my skills here, right? And I also need luck for this to work, right? But so far we are lucky, we have good winners. But you saw in the Nasdaq yesterday, there was briefly a moment of losing. It was I mean, we made 500, 600 bucks on the same day, but then we were already down minus 200. So and we could have easily, you know, lost maybe 50% of the winners of that day, or even maybe all everything we won. That would have sucked, but it could have easily happened. But we got lucky with the Nasdaq, right? And I kind of could average myself out of it. So with that being said, guys, yeah, I will monitor this for you, and I catch you in the next one.
Later.
Okay, guys, we're seeing now this push here, as you can see, looking pretty okay, you know. We have a nice profit, actually. I'm already inclined to take it again, but like I said, we cannot always play the bad risk rewards here. We need to sometimes have this runner, and I want to leave this minimum until this wick here is washed out. So this is another potentially, yeah, about 20 pips, 15, 20 pips. This is the minimum. The targets are even higher. I put this up here. This would be a very nice gain, of course. We need to see. But this wick should get run, you know. And then we can close it because there's going to be the news tonight, right? But I will leave this now at the moment, and hopefully it will go up. Of course, I'm very inclined to take this again. It's a nice push on the account, but I'm convinced in the setup. Sometimes we need to take a little bit of a runner. We cannot always scalp out everything, because we need to have big gains, because at some point a loss is going to happen, right, and destroy this account. So, and we need to be prepared for that and have a nice buffer of profits. So especially with this high risk strategy, right, normally you can do better risk management, then you don't have that problem. But like I said, I'm already worried. And yeah, so we will I would.
One eternity later.
All right, guys, and here you can see clearly a big mistake. I will show you that I made a very big mistake here. Actually, what I did, you should never do this, and I did this before already during this account flip episode on the freaking indices. I adjusted my stops, right? One time I took them out, and then the next day we were in a big loss, and now this time I'm just moving them, moving them, and getting more losses, right, than needed. This is not good, but this happened, and I want to show you this because I want to be transparent in this episode, of course, in this whole project, or how you say, experiment of account flipping. And this is why I will show you the full story. And here you can see I clearly made some mistakes, broke my systems, and yeah, did stuff I was not supposed to do. So check it out. Okay, guys, we're getting here a pullback. I was thinking this would happen, actually. This is why actually I wanted to go out here on the top with a nice gain. I was very tempted to do it, but I decided to stay disciplined, and of course maybe the wrong decision, because the market likes to do what? It doesn't like to run, you know. 70%, sorry, not 90, but 70% of times it's just this, up, down, up, down, up, down. And the news today is coming, so I'm not surprised. It's all red, green, red, green, red, green here. Yeah, if this 4 hour flips to red, then we're gonna be out here. We must go out. I protected this, only 16 USD loss here, and this one I put it in profit, so we actually, you know, go out with in total with $2 gains here. So I'm pretty sure this is probably gonna be stopped out, unfortunately. I mean, I thought it's gonna, you know, probably, I was hoping that on this wick test here that it would stabilize, but it so far doesn't seem to be stabilizing here, right? We can give this. What do we have here? Let's get this a little bit higher, 20 bucks, so then we get this a little bit lower. All right, so we'll see if we can survive here. Take 22 here and make a 22 loss here. Just try to make it as good as possible. All right, so let's just hope it's gonna stabilize here. It's very, very close. Unfortunate, we were in profit, guys, of 400 USD, right? Should have taken it. It's a lot on this account. I mean, in terms of pips, it was not that crazy. That's why I wanted to keep it, right? This position, but yeah. So now we need to see here. I want to drag it down a bit more. Gonna be stopped out, guys, here, I guess. Actually, I would like to have it be beneath this candle here. Yeah, but we need to carry these 2 lots, right? So the loss is actually, it's gonna be big, kind of, right? So we don't want to give it too much room, to be honest. 48 bucks already, that's too much already. I think this is just gonna drop in that sense, but it might, you know, stabilize at this candle here, right? The body, the low here. I mean, the retracement, in my opinion, is already a little bit too deep. Should have actually turned around here, you know, with this wick here. Trying 50 bucks. We're gonna make with this position, we're gonna make a little bit of money. When I watch it carefully, hopefully it will pull back up here. My target was minimum this high here, right? Didn't come, and actually it should go this wick. It should take out this wick. This would be the best target right here. Then we would have a nice profit. I wanted to leave it for that, but we have now this deep pullback that, in my opinion, is a bit too deep. It's a bit too deep. Let's see what's going on here. So far it's not stabilizing. We need to wait. The 5-minute close is coming. Yeah, here it could even drop a little. Actually, we would need to, if we want to survive here, we would need to put it like that. I guess here in the 5 minutes you can see it, but yeah, I don't want to carry these 2 lots, you know, down too much. I mean, we made a lot of good gains, but I'm at the 2000 mark. I don't want to really give up a lot here. Can you please turn around a bit here or no? Still pushing, dropping. I hate moving stop losses like that. It's actually not a good thing to do, guys. It's a fast push here, right? I'm gonna take too much loss now on this. Okay, now we're all the way at the low point. It should turn here if it still turns. Come on. Don't want to give it much more than 100 bucks, to be honest. It's too much already that we're gonna give away now. Yeah, this was bad stop loss management, to be honest. Should have not done that. Now 2 hours has flipped red. Yeah, we're out. Alright guys, we're out on this one. Took a hit, but it needed to be. And that's pretty much it. Alright, good. Then I'm gonna take a break now from trading, because this took a little bit of hit on my psychology to see this account at 2,400, you know, in the equity. Of course, it was not there in realized. But now back here at 1,800, that kind of takes a psychological hit, right? So, alright guys, kind of catch you later. Alright guys, video update here at this point. So yeah, a lot of stuff has happened. Basically, yeah, you can see we're pretty good here in the account right now. We gained off this move here from the FOMC. We did a very nice gain here in Euro USD. Maybe I can show you the history of the trades. Here you go, right? We went in long here.
Pro News Gamble.
Well played, sir. Well played.
As you can see, I had some long positions here. I opened them here, scaled in here because I was thinking this long move would come. Then I scaled out one position here because I was feeling I was in there too heavy. Could have been a very nice one. This was even one lot more, but what can you do? You need to also think in terms of risk. So yeah, as you can see, we're very good now on the account. I'm sorry I couldn't update you on everything here. We took a little loss on GJ earlier this day of like $100, right? Was okay. And now here's the aftermath. Now it's coming down again here. I want to create some entries here, you know, some long entries. Actually, okay, let's close this one and let's do another entry here. Then I want to have some good prices here. Okay, it's coming down nicely. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let's go in here with one. Okay, so we have this kind of distance. This is a little bit a lot actually. Risking 400 here. Let's have a look here. Maybe I'm gonna scale out the position. I'm pretty confident that we will actually go higher because we still have higher targets here actually, but it's probably gonna happen then tomorrow and stuff, right? So my final target here on the weekly is still this high point here, which is still a bit away. So I guess we can leave it like this for now. Yeah, we're closing here the gap. I think we're still in it pretty early, right? Not pretty early, but still a little bit early. I can see it. Hard to get the move right here, guys, because yeah, we are trading here kind of volatile markets still. Could even come all the way down here if it wants to, but I think it's gonna retrace here somewhere. Okay, in this case, I'm ready to also halve my position and then put in another half somewhere. It's gonna cost a little bit, you know, to get this right, but that doesn't matter. Okay, half out here again, right? Building an average, right? This is essentially what we're doing here. So, and then I want it a little bit more down, guys, to be honest. Yeah, this would be nice. Okay, let's get a 1 in here. So we're in here 1.5 for the moment. Building an average here, or at least trying to. Right. Oh, it's kind of dumping a lot. I don't like that. What's going on here with this flipping here? In this case, we're gonna take out 0.5 here again. Taking these paper cuts, right? And now we're gonna take in the bigger size down here. Fuck, it just jumped up a little bit. There was a very cheap price here. Okay, so now we're in with 2 lots. This is enough. And now we're gonna let it ride a little bit here. So I think here it should stabilize. And we're gonna leave it like that for now. So yeah, this is the new balance, right? We kind of gained a little bit here on this up move and came back to like 2,600 in the balance. Almost was pretty good. And now we're trying to build an average here for another long. And yeah, that cost a little bit. Maybe we just lost like now almost a $100, but it's okay. It's gonna cost a bit. We're trading again very aggressively here, guys. We're trying to flip this account a bit, right? And now the bigger targets should be up here eventually. So what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna leave it now and take a rest, right? So yeah, looking good here. We should stabilize around these levels. It could come even a bit more down if you think about it, and it might even come down here to touch this wick, or even come all the way down. It's possible. You never know exactly where it turns in such a fast move driven environment. But I think here it would make sense. This is the 2-minute chart here. would make sense is the 5 minute to have some stabilization around here. Building this average. I hope we get a strong close somewhere up here today still. So then we have a nice daily, and then we are golden to take out this high point. And I think, like I said, in the longer term here in the weekly, we should come up here, but it's gonna take some weeks, right? This is a weekly chart. It's gonna take a while. Actually, looking at the weekly, it could come even to this red line. I might stop here, right? Actually, the stop level would be better here, to be honest, but that would be a little bit much. We need to monitor this. Maybe it's better to enter next week, I guess. But for me, this looks intact, the up movement. It doesn't look like there's another retracement all the way back here. But we'll see. Alright, guys, I catch you in the next one then.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, so update here, we're looking pretty good now. As you can see, we're 600 in floating profit here. We scaled in a position here. Again, this scaling costs a little bit. You can see it here in the balance again, because the balance we were already 2,500 or something, but we left a little bit of money here because it was very volatile in the FOMC, right? And then yeah, we scaled in here, but then you can see the positions here are small, the ones on top. And also because I always took out 50%, you know, once I saw this is going in drawdown. And then I put the bigger position here on the top, on the bottom, right? And then basically here I went to sleep, and in the night, yes, we did have another pullback here, as you can see. Now let's recap this. So here basically the move down came, right? So I started to scale in here, because for me here was support already, but this move was pretty violent, so it went down more. And then once we were down here, I did an adjustment. I took 50% off of these positions, then put the bigger one in here. Then in the evening we came up again, so it was looking good, but then in the night this stuff happened. So I didn't see this, otherwise I would have probably even changed the scaling again, do another position here, take out maybe half of this one or this one or something. But now I'm pretty happy with it, so we need to see how this will play out. I'm trying to stay in the position now for a little bit, because I think we're looking pretty good here also on the weekly, and this higher target could come here with time. So trying to stay a bit in this position, to be honest. Daily also looking fine now. I don't see any reasons to get out prematurely now. I think we're just looking at the 4 hour, just finished a correction here. This correction was probably needed, and now I think we're bouncing out of it, and we're coming up somewhere here in this area. This will be the minimum goal up here again, and maybe even this one in the longer term. We need to see if we really hold it until there. We could take some profits, of course, here also on Friday, maybe if it goes up there until Friday in the end of the week, take some profits up here, because then in the beginning of the next week, of course, looking at the weekly, one moment, I go maybe in trading view, it's a bit better to see. Okay, so here, let's have a look. As you can see here, this is on the 4 hour. I'm having space here until up here, so I'm thinking we will even come up here to this high point now finally, maybe today or tomorrow. So I'm gonna leave it here for a bit, here in the 4 hour, and then looking at weekly though, this is maybe why I'm taking the profits then before the weekend if possible, because you can see here, let's get rid of the Bollingers, we don't need them in the bigger time frame. You can see here, maybe it would make sense for weekly to close somewhere up here, and then starting next week there could be another pullback down here to close this kind of gap here, and then come up here. So with that being said, it maybe makes more sense to take some profits off the table once we are somewhere up here, and then you know, go do a re-entry again in next week, basically on the long side. So now let's look at pivot points. So here the R2 is still a little bit away, so it would make actually perfect sense to reach R2, or no, this is R1. Minimum reach R1, and R2 will be up here. I don't think we'll come all the way up here this week, but I do think we could have a nice move until here, maybe again, and then stall. So try to leave it for that. You can also see here in the 4 hour that we have room, right? We have room until this is the target. So maybe in the afternoon or something, or tomorrow we will arrive up here, and then we're gonna take it off probably, and then next week do a re-entry, something like that. That's my plan for now. Looking pretty good here in the account, so we're gonna leave it for now, and I catch up with you guys later.
1 hour later.
Okay guys, so quick update again here. It's looking quite good. We're starting to run here a bit. Like I said, minimum targets would be somewhere up here. Then we need to decide if we want to close for the day, secure the profit, or if we want to just wait it out until the larger targets. So I want to have like this top, you know, at least. So here there's upside, but there is a larger target coming from the weekly analysis, which is all the way up here. That would be a huge trade. I need to think about that. The thing is, on the weekly, right, we could easily see then next week another pull back down here all the way to close this gap and then go up. But if we're lucky, we can also get a green weekly close, and then the next week just jumping into the target. So either we wait here 2 weeks in this trade. I mean, this week is almost done, but so 1.5 weeks. Pretty confident this target will come though. Or we'll secure the profits once we are up here today or tomorrow, and then be flat for the weekend would also be nice actually. Account wise, we're pretty good now. We're 800 now in floating. Equity is now over 3k. It's a pretty massive gain for this small account, so keep that in mind. Though of course the risk to reward, like I said, is not that great. You can see the average just started here. It would make sense to finally let something run for a while. I've been trying to do that actually. You know, I had always these longs here, tried to let them run, but this market was just so choppy up here, right in this area. But one thing I'm not so happy about, that I not managed so well. You can see this here in the, yeah, I think here you can see here in the trading view the targets are up here, R1 maybe, and potentially a little bit more up. Might cut it there already. Getting extended here on the 4 hour as well. We definitely want to wait out this candle. It's just going to be 25 more minutes to the full extension. So basically, yeah guys, the thing is, if you think about it, right, I always 2 weeks ago or something, right, I scaled in here. Actually my worst entry was here, right, so that was a little bit bad. That's why also I took it out. But I had this scale in with 3 positions like that. And yeah, okay, if I would have left it until now, of course that would have been great. I could have easily made these 2k gains that we have right now also with only this one position, just leave it. But it was not so easy, right? I took it off here because of the weekly close that was red, and this average was just slightly in profit, so I wanted to take it off. Then I did a re-entry here to capture this move, and then here was all the chop. This was not easy at all. Yeah, but it could have also, like I said, been done in an easier way. Just leave one position open all the time until the target, right? Could have been easier with less risk overall, because every time you open a new position higher, it's actually more risky, right? If I had this average entry down here, yes, the first entry was a little bit bad, but with this averaging price, I took down the average entry. It was then somewhere here, right? Imagine this line here. To make it quickly blue, this blue line here, this was then kind of my average entry after these 3 positions. So yeah, could have just let this run all the way up here, or yeah, probably this spike. To get this spike was difficult, but up here, right, with only one trade, low risk, because the risk was out basically once we were up here. But you never knew, because I was here a little bit uncertain, because with the red weekly close I was thinking high probability that it's doing something like that, right? That was the thought why I went out at that point. Well, that being said, guys, catch up with you later. We're gonna leave it here a little bit. Hopefully it's gonna extend a bit more, and then maybe take the gains today, tomorrow, or do a bigger trade on the weekly. I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, we are here in $1,000 floating. I think we're gonna take it right now. It's good enough for today. Pretty much extended here as well. So let's do that.
$1,000 US secured.
Alright, booked, guys. I'm ending the week now. I don't think we will do anything now for the rest of the week. It's been good enough. I like the balance here now, 3,300 secured. And yeah, I mean, here it's probably gonna come up a little bit more though. Here another 10 pips maybe, but we're getting here into a area of resistance kind of again, right? I'm expecting that around the 1.118 here, and 4 hours is also now pretty much extended. Yes, it can come a little bit more actually in these next couple of minutes here, but you know, I prefer to secure the profits here. And then for weekly, we have a very good setup next week, as you guys can see now. It would be good if the weekly candle extends like this. And keep in mind, why do I also take the profit? Because you always need to keep in mind the extension of the candles as well, right? This weekly candle is, for a weekly candle, pretty much extended well, right? It's over 100 pips extended. And keep in mind, you know, this is also how you can see where you want to take profits, kind of. You need to know the volatility of your pair in terms for risk, right? But also in terms where you can take targets. So we know on average a weekly candle is going to move 120 pips, right? So yes, this can come up a little bit more, it's true, because on average it's doing 120 pips, but we're pretty much there what a normally extended weekly candle would be. Let me check this out. Actually, this is now an extension of 120 pips, 121 pips if you take the full range, right? So this is already pretty much on average what we expect from a weekly candle. So yes, it could come up more today or tomorrow. Maybe we get a close of the weekly candle even higher. It's true, could be, but for me this extension is pretty well already. And like I said, what my game plan would be now to secure the profits, so our account is more stable, it's bigger now, and I will not play so risky anymore now, guys. We have 3K, it's real money, we need to start protecting it a bit. This week was risky enough. We could have easily lost stuff on Nasdaq with the shorts there, right? I'm expecting like good setup for next week, guys. Would actually be a pullback then from these levels up here, like this 3-wave pullback, to close this weekly gap. I don't know if that will happen, but there's a high likelihood of that, right? To close it on the weekly chart. If it doesn't happen, of course, then I will be kind of pissed at myself that I didn't just held it, because yes, it's true, if there's no pullback and if it just makes another green week up here, then I will be angry at myself, thinking, why did I close it, why didn't I just leave it? Easy to see it will come up here, yes, but you never know it. There can be so many pullbacks and stuff, and in my opinion, it's in most cases, like 70% of times, it's better to play the not so good risk to reward and secure stuff, right? Keep in mind, we could have even been better in this account. There was like $400 that we missed, right, on EURUSD. Remember that, when I wanted to hold it, and then it just dropped on the same day. This was, I think, yeah, this was here. Back when we were here, guys. Back when we were here. Right, here it was dropping. And we could have had $400 more. So actually we could already, in the account, we could already be at 3,700 even. But anyway, it doesn't matter what could have been, right? It just matter what we have now. And sorry guys, I forgot to switch here. I wanted to show you this on the weekly here on TradingView. I forgot to show you this, guy. I forgot to switch. Yeah, another reason why I'm taking now the profits, why I booked it, is the weekly extension, right? Check this out. I show you again. So we can have an average to range in here, and we can see the average week moves around 120 pips, right? And now have a look here on the, if you're measuring out the current week, right? This is the current week, just measuring out, right? So this one is currently already 120 pips, right? As you can see, the extension, yeah, if you take the full range, it's pretty good extended, right? So maybe because the average is already met, of course it can go out over the average. Of course we can get a close a little bit higher up here for the rest of the week, but because it's pretty much extended, I'm not expecting so much more for this week. So this is why I think it's better to secure the profits as well, right? And then as you can see here, we have this gap open with the fair value gap, right, with this candle. So there, I think there can be a high likelihood of another pullback to close this gap and then come up again, right, to the final target. So this could easily be happening, and then we give away all of the gains, right? We're already $1,000 or something more in plus, and like we would be giving everything up again and maybe be in a minus for a while. So I don't want that to happen, right? Better to let it pan out now for today and tomorrow, be flat over the weekend anyway, because the weekend you don't know what happens. Normally nothing happens, but you never know. And then pull back preferably, and then, you know, scale in here again, right? If that happens, of course, if there is no pullback and there will be just another green week coming up here, then I will be angry. Of course, I will be thinking, why the hell did I close it? Easy to see that it comes up here in the target with just 2 green weeks. And yes, that is true. Probably it will do that. But in my opinion, like I said, a lot of times it's better to play the bad risk to reward of, you know, 70% of time you should play the bad risk to reward, 30% of times you should not. Because then it's trending. However, I think we have a nice weekly setup here for next week, and we have an account that is very stable now, where we have some very good gains locked in, everything realized, you know, so that gives me a lot of confidence, right? 3,300 is nice, guys. We started with $300 like 2 weeks ago. We 10x this freaking account. Anyway, it's pretty unreal. Has been going too well, actually. We didn't have any crazy drawdowns, right? With this kind of risk, you should easily destroy your account 50% or something. It didn't happen yet. So this is why I also want to be more careful now, because 3,300 is not such a small account anymore. I mean, depends. Everybody has other subjective feeling about this, but I think it's not that small anymore. So I want to be now a little bit more careful, you know, maybe take not have so high sizes anymore and not gamble so much anymore, and just gradually take it up to 5k then in the next step, right? So we will probably be slower starting from now, right? And I've been just very aggressive lately because I wanted to flip this account, so I really didn't care if it would go to 0, basically. And the other thing is, I was so highly convicted that I had a high conviction that we anyway go up here, right? This is why I had no problems and no bad feelings to scale in here the whole time aggressively, right? So that being said, guys, we just gonna chill now for the rest of the day, right? And also probably for tomorrow, unless there is some really good opportunity, but just gonna chill probably. And that's basically it. Let's see what is the Nasdaq actually doing. Also rocketing. Didn't expect that, to be honest. But indices always go up, right? Always go up. But for indices, I was actually expecting, you know, looking at the weekly, there is thrust down in place. I was expecting another red one to come here. We tried to play this trade, right? But we lost on that trade. But that was actually my opinion, and also in terms of the rate cuts from the Fed, it would have made sense, because okay, we did have a 50 basis point, so that should, you know, make the dollar more weak. It did, but I was thinking that this time we will go out of correlation. Normally we have the correlation, right? Weak dollar is good for stock markets go up, but I thought we will go out of the correlation just for a little while, because I was thinking the market will be shocked about 50 basis point, because the Fed is hiding some stuff that's under the surface, right? Brewing. Watch my video, talked about that. And that's why I was thinking maybe Nasdaq will come down here going to the weekly low from last week, and in the Euro USD goes up, right? Kind of outside of the normal correlation, but it didn't do that. The normal correlation is here still intact. It's going up here, and USD is also weakening, right? So yeah, everything cool now. Let's look here. We will do an analysis anyway on the weekend in the Marcus Focus.
One eternity later.
Okay guys, update. So basically we have, the market gave us a good opportunity here again. So I took it, I went in with one lot. I don't want to be too crazy, you know, one lot is already big on this account, to be honest. You know, 330 pips against you and the account would be toasted. But this is in line with my normal risk management approach that monthly, we know EURUSD will move around 300 pips, and I always want the position size in a way that I can sustain minimum 300 pips, right? So here I could sustain it. 330 pips is what I can sustain currently with one lot, so this is okay from the sizing. Now let me show you guys why I went in here long again. Basically, the market gave us a nice pullback, as you can see here. We already anticipated this. As you remember, we went out on the position pretty much here on the R1, which was a good exit. In hindsight, this could fall down a bit more, so I have the lot size in a way that I can also average in, right? If I want, it could even, you know, pull down like in this area and then turn. That is possible. I'm just expecting the turnaround somewhere in this area, right? In this area here. And now looking at FIB levels, yeah, we still have some room for the 50 and 61. Could be touched. In the worst case, even the 76. But looking here, why did I do this? Basically, on the 4 hour, here on the left side, we have the 4 hour. You can see, let's do it like that. You can see a very good retracement of the range of the last 4 hour, right? So we are close to the bottom of the candle. This is where it gets interesting because we are in up thrust, right? The up thrust started here, so we are in an active up thrust in a 4 hour. Only breaks when we get an engulfing to the downside, and it's just more likely that it doesn't break the up thrust but continues it, right? And this is why near the bottom where it wants to break the up thrust, but like I said, it's more likely not to break it, we want to scale in, go in, right? And then we have here this kind of support and resistance as well, as you can see here in the structure. This for me is all support and resistance. So there is a area where it gets interesting for me, right? All of this here is support and resistance, and here is the low, right, of the 4 hour, right? So it can move a little bit more down if it wants to. It doesn't have to. It can. And then looking in daily and weekly, we want to flow always with a bigger time frame. This is exactly the setup I love, right? Daily is green, and current candle is green, right? So, and we are in an active upthrust anyway. It started with this candle where it engulfed, right? Then we closed this kind of wick here. Like I said, here we closed it, here we spiked even. And so for me, this is clearly still up, right? Higher targets if this structure breaks to the upside. So far, it's not broken yet to the upside, but if this breaks up, we're gonna come up here in the long term. This will take some weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, right? And it should come up here to the 1.13. This is like my end level, right? This is the target here, the bigger target to take out this high point before it then reverses. So this is good. We're going here completely with the flow. This is what I like. Also on the weekly, we are currently green, right? And we are anyway in an upthrust, which started down here all the way. This is when the last upthrust started. We're still in it. Go watch the videos. I analyzed this a lot already and mentioned this in every video. Also, we have here the support, which I also mentioned we probably need to test 3 times. We did that. Here's the third test now, and yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, everything. So yeah, I wanna get in here. This is gonna be a long-term play. I don't think this will play out quickly. I don't think so. It will take time, but I'm just willing to scale in here. You know, one lot here, maybe if it becomes more deeper than another lot, and then yeah, with 2 lots, I'm not gonna scale in anymore. Don't want these lot sizes to be so aggressive anymore, because we want to protect the 3K account. You know, we don't want to destroy it too much if we can. So I'm just gonna leave it like that for the moment. And now let's go back to trading to MetaTrader. So here you see we are a little bit in a minus right now. It's okay. It's
coming a little bit steeper. Maybe here in the 50-minute we can see we will come to this level maybe. I did the execution because in the 2 minutes we did have a nice hammer candle here and engulfing, so I was thinking in a smaller time frame maybe this you know, pullback here would be done, but you can see it's going to take some time. Probably needs a double bottom here. Let's look in 5 minute. Yeah, 5 minutes is still early as well. Here we have some order block here, so hopefully we'll you know, reverse here. We'll see, but I like it, and got a cheap price here again, so we're just gonna wait it out. If it comes down more, it could potentially come down all the way here as well. Then we're just gonna do the second average in here, right? This is what I normally also do. And if I see if it's falling heavily, I can also do another trick. I can scale out half of the losing position, right? I can scale out like 0.5. Now, for example, we have $50 minus, but if I take out 0.5 now, then I only realize $25 minus, right? And then the rest of the distance will not be so bad because we're only gonna be here with 0.5. So this is also an option. If I see here on the smaller time frames, no stabilization, then of course we can act here, scale out, wait until it comes down here, and then put in the one lot down here somewhere. And if this up here is only 0.5 lot, then we put in one lot down here, then we're gonna move the average price a lot down. This is sometimes, a lot of times actually, what I do in the averaging. I scale out of losing stuff, half, you know, 50%, and then I put in another position somewhere down there, which then is bigger, but not in terms of martingale. Yeah, I mean, it's not really martingale because I anyway wanted to put another lot in here, right? Anyway, want to average, but it's kind of like a martingale in terms that here the smaller size would be in top, the bigger one would be in bottom, right? But anyway, this is how you can, you know, still act on this as well. So now we're falling a little bit here more. So let's have a look. If we need to do something. One moment, guys. I should switch the cam here. Let's go to trading view. It might come all the way down here to the bottom of the 4-hour candle, which would be a nice cheap price. Let's see here. Gonna wait a little bit more. Maybe this 5 minute will still, you know, turn here at this order block potentially. Here is the, I mean, this I don't know if you call this order block or whatever, you know, ICT just gave names, so the things we anyway see already, but this is just a volume basically that came up here, because you see this kind of range here for a longer time, so this means there's volume here. This is basically how I see it. If you think of a volume chart, it would be here would be volume, here would be volume as well, right? That's pretty easy to see. So now let's see if something happens here. 2 more minutes for the close. Looks like we're falling. Let me check MetaTrader. Yeah, MetaTrader quickly. So yeah, we have 80 bucks minus now. We could take some measurements, take maybe a hit of like 30-40 bucks minus, and then put in the next one. Right, let's do some management here. 0.5 out because it's getting a little bit too much, right? So now we're only in here with 0.5, and we're gonna wait until this turns, right? This is what we're gonna do now. So you can see some active management here. Let's look here again. Still not turning so far. Let's look here at the, yeah, it's probably gonna come here, right? Here is also a support here in the 1 hour. I see it. Yeah, I still probably need a little bit more. 2 hour. If we get another engulfing here in 2 hour, I will scale in again. 5 minute is still stalling. So we took a little hit, a little loss of like 50 bucks. It's okay. But this is just, you know, for example, this drops now quickly, then we will be happy that we scaled out a bit, you know, took out a little bit risk. Okay. Yeah, so I think we still need to touch here, right? If
If you see this in the 1 hour, you see it pretty clearly. Here is kind of a support area. It's green or blue. I like this purple actually. Yeah, let's put it blue. Alright, I think, you know, it's gonna turn around with the next 1 hour close actually. That's what I think. So it's 10 minutes to go. So in this case, I might just stop the video now because I don't want to record here for 10 minutes and then update you on this. We're getting a green 2-minute close here, but there's no engulfing yet. In 2 minutes we're still in down thrust. This basically started here and just thrusting down. Like I said, here I was thinking that it's over because there was a small break of the down thrust, but then there's continuation. So now let's see here, it's starting to stabilize. Makes sense because we're close to the next 1 hour close. I think we're gonna still touch down here, to be honest. Then we're gonna, in like 4 or 5 minutes, we're gonna put in the second position down here. That's what I probably would do here, to be honest. It makes sense then with the next 1 hour close. We can see here some momentum in the 1 hour where it started. We should have measured this before actually. Yeah, you can see the target area is here. We're in the target area now from this momentum. If it's impulsive, it can also come down to 261. A lot of times it likes 261 or 300. So there is some space here as well still. Let's see. Stabilizing here now a bit, but I think it's just gonna come up here again and then do another one and then go. You know, this is what I think will happen here. So let's monitor it. Trying to engulf now on 5 minutes, but I would like actually this 1 hour to close with a big body down here, to be honest. Then it's higher chance to turn around with the next 1 hour candle. So I'm gonna wait here 8 minutes and then record again. So okay guys, back here again and some update. Yeah, so we now scaled in again. Here, let's have a look. Alright, we have 2 times 0.5. One is here, as you can see, one here, and one is up there. So the heavy ones, I mean these 0.5, 0.5, they're almost at the same price, so they're dragging down the first scale in a bit. So it's okay. Here on the averaging, of course they're all kind of close together, so if this falls down more, we actually need to take some out and react, you know, make this more lighter and then get something in down here all the way if that would happen. However, I think it should turn around here with the 1 hour close and 2 hour close and the 4 hour still thrusting up, right? Let's have a look at this in TradingView. As you can see here, right? So the up thrust started here today, right? So this is all thrusting up. Here is just a correction inside the range. A lot of times if it's going up too quickly, right, it needs to correct the range. This was overpriced. We kind of saw it this morning. I was already thinking it could turn around here. So it's good that we booked a profit because we are over 1,000 bucks in profit, right? So and we would have given a lot of this away now. So good, we booked it. And now we have the same price again to scale. And this is why I like to take dynamic risk rewards. You know, sometimes bad risk rewards, but because anyway, you always in profit, like a higher chance to be in profit, because smaller risk rewards, like 1-to-1 or even under 1-to-1, mean that a lot of times you will be in profit and get a high win rate. This makes you more consistent, and anyway, you get the same price again. A lot of times you get the same price again, and then at some point you need to let it go though. You need to let it run though. And this is what I will try to do now. Now I will not try to take quick profits anymore once we're up here. I will just leave it now for a couple of days or maybe even a whole week or something, because the higher target should be minimum the blue line, and the bigger target in a couple of weeks should be the white one, right? This is the bigger target, as you guys know. I know this from the weekly. I'm assuming this high point will be washed out or fished out at some point, even go a little bit higher on this 1.13. This is like my target, right? So weekly is still thrusting up, you know. Here the problem is though, our positions could get in minus again, because as you can see with the weekly close, we could have in the
beginning of next week another pullback to close this gap here. Could happen, we don't know if it does happen, it could. So we need to be aware of that. And this is why I don't have like full size in here or something. And anyway, I wanted to go now a little bit lower on the account because we want to protect it. So but looks pretty good here. I think so. We're like I said, 4 hour, we're just going in with the thrust. Of course it could break at any time, but it's just more likelihood is more higher that the thrust will continue, it doesn't break, and right. And this is only our first confirmation. We also look, of course, in daily, weekly, where is this big you know, flow going, and it's definitely up. So this is why I'm only looking for ups in euro right at the moment. So yeah, let's see how this position here will pan out. And pretty happy here with the entry. It's now turning around. Let's look here in the 5 minute. It's trying to do an engulfing now. That would be good if that comes in clean. Let's have a look here, 4 more seconds. And there you go. So here we have an engulfing. I like that because that means we kind of broke now the down thrust. This down thrust actually started up here all the way, and now is the first time it has been broken. Doesn't mean this will turn around now immediately. Of course it can do something like that, come up a little bit, stall again, fish out a new low point, and then go up. A lot of times it's exactly doing that. We need to be aware of that. So could make a new low point still and then go up. Let's have a look here. Would be nicer though if the 1 hour stays green. Yeah, so looks pretty okay. 15 minute close would be nice if it comes in green. Now let's look in the 2 minutes. Here it kind of looks like we will, you know, make a low point again and then go. We'll see it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy now. I will try to stay in this position if I can. Of course, if this makes new lows and goes down more, then I need to act. I need to, again, let's have a look in trading view. I would need to scale out some of the averages here, or at least go 50% out or take one out completely, and then again build in down here. If it comes down here, we'll need to see. I think there should be a good chance of reversing here, right? Okay guys, so I'll update you. Like I said, maybe I will wait now a little bit longer with updates because I'm planning to, you know, let this one run more now, you know, because I took the bad risk rewards a couple of times to get this account up to 3,300. Now we want to be a little bit lighter on the size and maybe let it run, because I believe in dynamic risk rewards. So sometimes we need also the runners where we just take 100 pips or 200 pips in one trade, you know. This is still missing to make us more stable. Okay, so with that being said guys, catch you soon.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, we're back here with an update quickly. So yeah, it's turning around here slowly. This is good. You can see here we're coming in profit slowly. So that is good. This is the 15-minute chart. I hope there will be an engulfing here. 1 minute to go. One thing also, the AMD position is also in plus, but one thing I'm worried about actually in AMD, I checked the swap. As you can see the specifications, you can see this right here. The swap long seems to be 2.5 USD, and we need to see. I will leave it open now, but I believe this could be a little bit too high because we have 10 lots in there. So if we pay $20 swap or $25 swap each night, then we're gonna cancel the position, because then it's the wrong instrument to do this trade. I need to do this then in another account. I have a other portfolio where I can put in this trade. I thought it would be cool to see it here, but I think that the swap could kill us in that case. So in that case, what we would do, I will leave it now, and then on Monday I will check it out what the swap says. If it's 20 bucks, then it's not worth to keep the position, right? Because you want to keep it long time, right? So, and that would be too much, of course. We'll check it out, guys. Catch you in another one.
Later.
Okay, guys, quick update. I had to close the AMD position. I was calculating the swap, and yeah, so it's too much. It's too much. We would pay 25 bucks each night. That's how it looks, and should have noticed it earlier. I know CFDs are not the best instruments to hold longer time periods, so I will do this with a warrant now, but not in this account, in another one of my accounts. And yeah,
So here we can't do it. It's too the swap would eat the position, right? If we hold this position for 3 months, you know, like let's say 100 days, we would just pay $250 in commission. That's not worth it. And then if the position doesn't work out and you're in minus, that would just suck, right? So took it out now. So we're not in AMD here anymore. I will do this, of course, with another instrument. Then I need to do it with a KO warrant. And yeah, here USD, Euro USD, unfortunately, is coming down a bit again. Would be nice if it would turn in this key level here. I think it's gonna take a while though. Probably need to wait for the 2-hour close that comes in 10 minutes. Hopefully it will then stabilize here at this level. Needs to just, you know, build some more bottom here. Hopefully not make new lows. And yeah, I will monitor if there is some issues. Then of course I will take some of these losses here. But hopefully we'll turn around. So monitor it, and yeah guys, I'll catch you in the next one.
One eternity later.
Okay guys, quick update here. Looking good so far. We turn around here. You can see this is the 1-hour chart in trading view. So we did have an engulfing here. So as you can see here, so that means that down thrust is finished and there's a new up thrust. That is nice for us, nice for the positions. You can see it here in trading view, in MetaTrader, sorry. We're up here $300 now. So looking good here, looking good. I just, you know, intend to let it roll now. Equity is basically back from where we were. We were at 3.6, now we're back at 3.6. We lost a little bit, right, to build this position. It's okay. We want to leave it, if we can, for a longer term swing until up here. That would be the perfect target. We will see if it comes there. Of course, I'm also inclined maybe to close a little bit earlier, maybe in this area or something, depending how it will evolve, right, this trade. But looking at weekly, you can see this target is not that far away in terms of a weekly candle, right? If this candle closes green now on Friday, of course we can then on Monday, when a new week comes, we can have another pullback to test the low point of the week. That could be, but then we should finally rocket up here and then take the gain, right? So we'll see, and I update you on that.
1 hour later.
Okay guys, quick update here. We are in the position, right, and we might need to cut it soon. Yeah, it's a little bummer. We were actually up here already today, and this account was already in equity 4,300 actually. So it was going nicely, and you know, I was still targeting this high point right here. So but we are overextended now, kind of on the weekly, right? We know the weekly candle is a bit long now. So expecting actually a green day to come here. It was looking good, but now we have this pullback and a 1 hour engulfing down here, as you guys can see. So I don't like that. We do have structural support though at, you know, this area here. So it could just be a quick grab down here and then move back up, right? So this we will monitor it carefully here. We can definitely put now stops here even at this point. And but I definitely want to secure some profits as well, right? So it would be nice to end this account this week at the 4,000. Yeah, it was looking good. I was actually even thinking about closing up here, but then this turnaround was a bit too quick for me, you know. I was thinking there's no reason, there's no thrust change, you know, that it went even here in 15 minutes, right? There's no change here, and then suddenly it was down here already. So I'm gonna wait it out. Hopefully it somehow still returns here, you know, finds support here. If not, then we're gonna cut it and take our gains for this week. It was good enough. We made a lot of profits this week. It would be nice to end it though on the 4K if we can. Now we're at 3,900 though. It's still pushing down. So we need a stabilization in this area right here now. And yeah, let me check TradingView later and I will catch up with you in another video.
Later.
Alright guys, so I'm gonna monitor it here carefully. Unfortunately, we're giving away our gains a bit. Kind of sucks, but what can you do? You never get the perfect exit point, right? And this just turned a little bit too quickly. Now let's look here in TradingView. Basically here you have the week, the daily, right? Unfortunately, the daily turned on red, which yeah, kind of sucks because it was already green up here, right? And it looked like it would easily touch this high point and then go down. This what was what I was playing for. Now if this is gonna break down more here, we have this kind of little support here. I don't know if this is gonna hold, but if it breaks down more, I'm just gonna cut it, because then you know, probability is getting too high that it's just gonna do a full retracement down here, or even at the body low of this last daily candle, and for that we rather take the gains and then do a re-entry, right? Okay, now it's breaking down more. God damn it. So question is where we will cut it. Here's the 15-minute on the other chart, right? So here I was expecting to get a liquidity grab here. That's normal, right? Grabbing here and then hopefully come back in again to complete this corrective structure here, right? But we need to be careful now. We don't want to give away a lot of our gains, right? And then the daily, it's now fighting with this weak support. Is not the best support here. Hopefully will hold. Weekly, of course, is still up, but yeah, we were overextended, right? So that's why we're pushing down now. Also, remember guys, I said this, in the next week we probably need to get a retracement anyway back here to fill this, complete this gap here and then go up. And we can see this in the daily, it's preparing for this already, right? Or in the 4-hour, potentially topping here, and then the next week, something like that, right? So we need to see, maybe cut it here. How's it looking in MetaTrader? Yeah, I don't want to give away too much of the gains, to be honest. God damn it, it's going down fast. All right, guys, I think we just need to take take it here. Don't want to go under 338, you know. Let's check it out. We're probably gonna go out at the low of the day now. I can see it already, but what do you want to do? I want to protect this. Yeah, it's still pushing. Okay, 3.8, at least that we have secured. It's kind of like messing with my psychology now too, because when it was up here, guys, I wanted to record, but I couldn't do it. I didn't have time to record. It was at 4,300 in floating, you know, over 4,000. That was so nice in the account. I should have taken it there just for the psychology, actually. And now it's pushing down, so we are out. Not gonna stick around for that, right? Daily, yeah, of course, it can snap back here. You know, snap back in and then come up. But I don't want to be around for that now. And that's probably it for the rest of the week. Not gonna do anything anymore. Damn it, man! I wanted the 4K just to write on YouTube. We flipped it into 4K. Fuck. You know how it is. Yeah, anyway. Of course, if it snaps back in here, yeah, we could go back in here with a couple of lots and try to get it up here again just to secure 4K. That would be opportunity. That would be an opportunity. But anyway, we needed to take it out, because if it's gonna drop down faster, you saw how fast it dropped. We're gonna give away all of our gains, you know, because yeah, we don't want that, right? So gonna chill here, and 1 hour is especially bad, because 1 hour is engulfed, actually targeting all the way down here. If you see the momentum candle where it points you down here. So yeah, we're gonna wait. Maybe even if it comes down here, maybe all the way to back to pivot point, that would actually be a nice long entry here again. Long opportunity. Maybe we get another long trade somewhere in, and then we can go back to 4K, and then we wrap up the day just to have it for YouTube. Such a stupid reason, but might do that. Like I said, we don't do any shorts, guys. Even if we're thinking that we could go short now and we're probably gonna go down there, we're not gonna do any shorts. We are long only in this market because of daily and weekly and stuff, right? As long as weekly and daily are pushing up, we're just gonna be long only, right? So yeah, bummer here. I still got the feeling actually that this will snap back in here and go up, but
One eternity later.
alright guys, let's have a look back here again. So yeah, it looked like this was just a fake out here. I was exactly expecting this actually. Yeah, so we went out too quickly, and I was expecting if we close here, we'll probably go out at the low point. Fuck, I knew it, man, but this account balance just messed with my mind, you know, coming from 4,300 all the way down to 3,800, right? Then you want to protect it. Of course, you need to look what's going on in the chart, but that was also pushing like aggressively down, you know. Of course, it was a stop hunt here, and we exactly went out on a stop hunt. This is why I normally don't place any stops and do everything manually if I can, because normally you put stops here, right, behind this, and exactly they're gonna be fished out here. And now we have a nice hammer candle in the 15-minute. This is why I'm long here again. And problem is 1 hour is still a bit early. 30-minute also, but 2 hours is still technically an upthrust, and 4 hours is exactly at the low point and is actually thrusting up. So we will try it here again. Should be good. I still prefer the long side. Of course, it will now, you know, kind of fish around here again, but we need to wait it out now. And yeah, should be okay. And so hopefully we can write this up. My target is actually for today. Let's go back to TradingView. Target for today, and this is where I wanted to hold actually before this dip here came. My target is minimum this R1, you know. So that would be a nice profit here. Of course, we were not, you know, in that much anymore like we were before. I think before we were chilling with 2 lots in here. Now only 1.5, but I don't want to be so big anymore because we gave away 4,300 was the floating equity. Of course, it was never realized, so you should never see that as already gains you have. But it does mess with your mind, especially if you trade now these bigger account sizes on the accounts. That's why, you know, it's always better to go small. And I know this from my psychology. Whenever I do account flips, it gets harder. Ironically, it gets harder the bigger the account is, because the more you like the account, then, you know, and the more you don't want to lose it. In the beginning, like I don't give a shit about the account, you know. I don't care if I lose 50% of the account or whatever, it doesn't matter. But now you see it's now over 3,000 or 4,000, 5,000 here. I care more, and then I need to be careful not to, you know, get into these, sucked into these traps, right? This was a clear trap for me by the market trying to aggressively push down, so everybody goes out or gets stop hunted, and now it's gonna go up here where it was gonna go anyway, right? It just didn't do it on this first push this morning. And yeah, that's exactly the thing of psychology, guys. This is a good lesson here, and I do this for 10 years and still I fall for these stupid games. Anyway, guys, let's look quickly on oh fuck, I didn't share my screen, guys. Here, this is what I wanted to show. So here, like I said, we were already at an equity here. Like I said, once we were up here this morning, it was already saying 4,300, right? And I just need to press the button to close it, and we would have in the balance 4,300. And now, of course, it came all the way back down, and we went out with 3,800. So this messes with your mind, you know. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. It's a difference of 500 USD, you know. That messes with your mind. 500 USD real money is good, you know. And you can see the higher the account now goes, the harder it will be. It will mess with your mind. Suddenly you will be in a difference of $1,000 just because the market moved a little bit against you, you know. And this is that messes with your psychology. So this is a very good lesson here. Now let's look here in the TradingView again. As you can see, the daily flip now on green. So it was just a test of this level. So I don't think we will come down here anymore. But it definitely was in the cards. Once we were free falling here, it definitely was in the cards to do a quick sudden pullback until here, you know. So this was why also I was scared and went out quickly. And stabilizing now, so I'm expecting the R1 to be hit later in the day, probably in the afternoon session. And we're just gonna chill now. We're gonna chill. This is gonna take a while until it turns around, because 1 hour needs to stabilize first. It's gonna take another 24 minutes here. 30 minutes also needs to stabilize, making engulfing. It's gonna take another 24 minutes. So this is gonna take a while now. It's gonna like mess around here, probably, maybe can even do one more dipper, we need to see. And then hopefully come up here in the afternoon, and then we just take it out there, and then we should be over the 4K mark in the account, and then we call it a quits for this week. was messing with my psychology too much anyway already. And then guys, I have so much work to do. I need to cut all the videos, find all the videos. I've been recording for 2 weeks or something. I should have done something more earlier to cut all of this. 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. And yeah, I hope I can find all the videos even. Anyway, catch you later, guys.
A few moments later.
Okay, guys, let's have a look at the situation here. So let's have a look. Yeah, so stabilizing here in the 30-minute, as you can see, engulfed here. That's okay. That's what I like to see. 1 hour, then also green, of course, if 30 minutes engulfed. But what I don't like so much is, now check this out. Here is the 4 hour. I don't like this close. Would have been better if it would have been green here in the close. Of course, we are still over this support here. I marked it down here. So as long as we stay over that, I want to keep the position. If we somehow go down here again, we need to probably close it. Don't like that close. It's kind of weakness close. So it could also be, guys, that today we get a sideways boring day, to be honest. Just like in this range. That could be because, like I said, weekly is extended. Daily maybe we'll, I don't know if we come up here again. Would be cool though. Goal is up here. Would be the R1 as well. Now you can see it's also retracing down a bit here. Don't like what I see. Don't like also the 2 hour. It's a little, the body was a little bit too low here. Need to see now pull back in the 1 hour. Don't like it. We need to see, try to stay in a position. If we need to cut it, then we cut it and then we call it a day. And then we just need to realize that there was nothing more we could have done today except close up here. But you never get the exact point, right, where you can get out. That normally doesn't happen. Yeah, I need to see here. Don't like what's going on right now. Here, 4 hour looks dangerous. Like this red one with the big wick here could easily crash down. Don't like that. So now let's see here in the MetaTrader. Yeah, we're up just very a little. Yeah, it looks like a boring day, to be honest. Where not much is going on. Yeah, I will update you, monitor it closely. I don't like these kind of days because then you constantly need to look at it, monitor it, and it's annoying, right? It's annoying. Should have just, you know, in the first push up here, should have just with this push this morning, just had this move quickly up here, I would have closed it. Come on. Yeah, now the pullback here, that was to be expected. Now hopefully it's gonna stabilize here and go up. If not, we need to quickly move out of it. Probably gonna take another hit of losses then. Could be that the balance goes down to 3,500 or something like that. Well, that's what it is. It's still a very good gain. We came up here in 2 weeks from like 200 bucks or whatever, so we cannot complain. But anyway, guys, catch you in another one.
1 hour later.
Okay, quick update again, guys. So basically, we let me switch to MetaTrader. We took another try at long here. But closed it already. You know, once it came back here, it looked kind of long for a little bit again here with the 15-minute that was on green. Took another paper cut loss here, so we're at 3,700 now. That cost, you know, 40 or 50 bucks again here to this try. Keeping the losses small, and now definitely I will not try again anymore because this thing is going down. And I think also 4 hours is now decided to be short. So that means we're just gonna let this 4 hour candle now pan out because we don't want to take any other losses here. And of course we're not gonna go long either. I mean, of course we're not gonna go short either because that would be against the daily and weekly and everything, right? So we're not gonna do that. Yeah, so basically we're gonna wait here. Could be that this thing comes all the way down here, right? Let's look in the 2 hour, right? Here to close this gap. Come down here, touch maybe the pivot as well, and then come up, you know, something like that. Pivot would be here. Yeah, why not do that? And then maybe for the US session we could go long once we're somewhere down here in this area. Yeah, there's a kind of support area down here, a bigger one, right? So we're not gonna do anything. I just think it's gonna rocket down, and we're gonna need to wait for the 4-hour close, of course, here, which is gonna take a while. I'm gonna wait 2.5 hours here, and then we're gonna see there's another support also here, right? As you can see. And then maybe if the 4-hour closes in, we potentially try the last long for today, and maybe we can get some money back. I don't know. It kind of messes with my psychology that, like I said, we were already at the 4K mark. I really wanted to close this week on the 4K mark, but now we couldn't do it. Just, didn't play out as planned, because this turnaround up here was just too fast this morning. It was a quick one, everything was moving up, it looked good, and then boom, we were down here, gave away some gains, and then we tried to go in long again after the stop hunt, which I expected to happen here, and there it looked good actually. Here it looked very good to again go long, but now I don't think so. I think it's just gonna push down now, and maybe here is the area, right? No, wait until it's somewhere there and then see. Catch you guys later.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so we're back here. Now it's the afternoon session, so we're trying here again. We got a signal here out of the 30-minute and 1-hour chart. You can see there's an engulfing here in this candle right here, and then in the 1 hour also from red to green engulfed. So I'm thinking we should now go up again with the overflow. 4 hours just turned green as well. So we are a little bit heavy here with 3 lots. Of course, scaled in here because I want to, psychologically it's a little difficult right now because I want to get back to 4K and I want to make up some profits on that. But I'm still only doing this because I'm highly convinced of this setup as well, because we're still going up, right? So have a look here in TradingView. So as you can see, guys, basically here is the engulfing, right? So there was first this down thrust in the 1 hour, which looked bad, but then it grabbed this support here. I was thinking there will be just a washout and then grab it again and then go up again, right? Because we're in a strong uptrend. It did do that, but it took like 4 hours or something to turn around here. It just didn't do anything in the morning session, and now maybe it's waking up in the US session. So that looks okay. We need to see now in the 4 hour, right? This will be crucial here because we need to flip here on green. We are in the process of it, so I hope it's gonna pull through and not mess around, because technically we are still in a upthrust in 4 hour with this candle, right? This is green engulfed up. Here's an indecisiveness candle, but it could now just resume the trend. I didn't like this candle here at all, of course, but as you can see, it's also over this support still, right? So this structure here. So it's a close call here, but I hope it's gonna move up now with the next 4 hour candle and not move down again. It's a lot of indecisiveness here. Markets are slow, very slow, but I hope they're gonna wake up now, and target is this R1 level here. It would be super nice if we could come today to R1. It's like 40 pips away, and then book all the profits and be done with this week. This Friday so far is not such a good trading day for me. We left a lot on the table, right, in terms of realized gains that we didn't take. I mean floating gains, they were not realized. Floating gains we didn't take, and then we took some hits here multiple times, tried the long, and then I just said, okay, it's not gonna work out, I'm gonna wait a couple of hours. So I waited now a couple of hours, and now it's finally starting to look good with the next session. So we will try our luck now with the US session for a long here. Hopefully it will go through nicely, but of course there's also the possibility of again these kind of washout moves here. Hopefully it will not happen. I want a nice push up and then just be done with this, so a nice 4 hour candle green here, and then be done with this. We'll see. This will be interesting because 4 hours also closes in like 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes we know more. If 4 hour closes green, we're definitely going to stay inside this trade. If it closes again badly, then we need to go out. I need to act quickly because our lot size is a bit heavy now with 3 lots. So yeah, what does 3 lots means? Remember, this is very heavy because in a 3K account, 3 lots means 100 pips against you and you're done. Your account is wrecked, right? So it's dangerous here, guys. I would never trade like this in I mean, this is a real account, but I mean in a serious account, like on a bigger account, right? And this account it got now a little bit big, so I want to then also next week scale down, right? Once we're at 5K, I will not risk that much anymore. It doesn't make any sense. We want to protect this account because otherwise we have one bad day and then boom, we destroy 50% of the account. That would suck, right? Because it's going pretty well now, right? So we need to know the point when we're gonna stop risking so much. I do want to flip this up, of course, but then it's real money, right? So I don't want to, once it's at like 4 or 5K or something, I don't want to lose it all. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so guys, I talk to you later.
1 hour later.
Okay, guys, update here. Position is going well at the moment. You can see we're 400 in floating now, getting back to the 4K in equity here. So we need to see now the 4-hour close is coming in. And this is what I like. It's just 1 more minute to go. Let's look in trading view quickly. How much more do we have? Yeah, 1 minute to go here. And yeah, this kind of close will be nice. Then maybe a small pullback, and then hopefully it will shoot into R1, which will be up here. I will try to leave it until there. A dream would be today R2, but I don't think it's gonna come all the way up there. We'll see. I need to monitor it. Actually, the target would be, let's measure it quickly out. If it breaks up here, yeah, it would even shoot a little bit over R1 probably. If it comes up here, could potentially even reach this 1.122. We'll see. Now the close is coming in here. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a 4-hour green going with the thrust. So then in this morning we just got faked out here a bit, unfortunately. Yeah, in hindsight, of course, it would have been much easier just to leave the open positions running that we had. You know, I tried to do that, of course, but once I keep that's exactly the most difficult part about trading. The most difficult part, right, is that if you leave a position open, then a pullback comes and you think, oh yeah, it's just a small pullback, I'm gonna leave it, be disciplined, I'm gonna leave it to my target. And then what happens, then a big pullback comes and all your gains are gone and you're in minus again. Then you think, why didn't I go out? This happens most of the time, like 70% of times that happens, because it's always a sideways market, right? However, there are these instances like here where you just need to keep it, let it run. This is 30% of time it's trending, and I was thinking this should be a trend here, right? But still, I got too nervous on this wick here, and that was my fault. I got too caught up in this account balance right here. You know, I should have this morning just left it. You know, I should have left it because we had better entries somewhere down here. Okay, we came from down here, I guess, somewhere. And now it's more difficult because if there's a pullback, which probably comes now in the 4-hour, we're always at risk to go in minus again with this kind of entry here, right? The entry is not that far away. Of course, we can now start to manage maybe the risk a bit, something like that, right? We could do that potentially. Yeah, maybe something like that. How much is on the table here? Yeah. Okay, and try to leave it now up here. That would be good. I will of course monitor it also manually. I actually don't want this to come into minus anymore. That would suck, right? I want to have a nice shoot up now actually. By looking in trading view here, of course a pullback is possible at any time, right? If you look in the 4-hour, I don't think it will make a pullback, but you know, it could always come to the bottom here again to test it and then go up, right? Hopefully it doesn't happen, because then we will be at 0 again, and then I would need to look more closely again. Should I go out or not? I just want a quick break up here. The 4-hour, we know the 4-hour candle. Let's see. On average, the 4-hour moves 26 pips, right? This is the average range it moves. So if it would make the bottom here, then 26 pips on top would exactly give us the high point here, which we're targeting, right? So hopefully that will come. Now it's again trying to make a pullback here a bit. 15 minutes looks good though here in thrust up. Hopefully just a small pullback like this. We'll see. 2 hours. I don't like if this comes red. You know, I want a
short squeeze here, kind of like there's always some liquidity over these high points. Just run through it and then get some lift of that until here. That would be the game plan, right? So just gonna wait it out now. Not much we can do actually. Of course, it's kind of like trying to top here again. It could top here, of course, and then make this kind of down movement again. In that case, this would just be a very boring sideways day, and then that would be what it is, right? Come on, it would be so nice to get this now. Let's see. Yeah, trading is difficult, guys. So I'll catch you soon. We have some gains here. Would be, of course, a bummer if it again comes all the way down here and we don't take the gains, right? But this is just, this is like, again, a bad risk to reward if we go out here, right? I do take those bad risk to rewards a lot of times, but sometimes you also need to go for the better ones. Now with this management, we have a 2-to-1 here, kind of. So come on, let's just do it. And yeah, guys, I catch up with you later. We will know more in a bit. Yeah.
A few moments later.
Okay, guys, so we do have this kind of pullback. It was expected. Actually, I was thinking the whole time to take the gains again up here, even though the risk reward is shit. But this is what I hate. Always you get the same price anyway. We could have taken the gains here and reopened the position down here again and would be now better off. So yeah, it's probably gonna go through now into minus, so we need to quickly get out of this again. And I don't know, guys, if we gonna get a nice long position anymore than today. 4 hours testing now the low. Actually, it's in a thrust up, but it's breaking here. 2 hours testing also now here. This is the zone where it should turn around if it still wants to go up. And now I hate this, man. Now we have to monitor it closely again because we're here at even. We might need to close it off. I wanted to have like a nice trade where I can just leave it a bit, but nope. Today is not the day for that. It's a sideways day. Green, red the whole time. You can see that. And yeah, should have taken the gains again here, guys. So here coming down on the 15-minute as well. It's not 15:30 yet, so I want actually the US market will be opening in 10 minutes, So I try to leave it until then if I can, but if this, of course, breaks down all the way down here, I need to close it before. I don't want to realize these losses here actually. They're okay with the SL, but it would be like $300 minus. I don't really want that right now, right? So we're gonna monitor it closely here, potentially take a little loss here and get out. I try to leave it though now for 10 minutes because, like I said, US market will be opening and maybe that will give us then finally this impulse up here. Hopefully this looks, yeah, it doesn't look so nice. I was hoping, right, that this maybe would make a small pullback and then go up, but now we are again all the way down again here at testing the thrust, right? As you can see, that's pretty annoying. It needs to turn now. If not, we will be out fast. Should have taken the gains. We were already 300 in profit. Should have taken it because now we could anyway enter again at the same price if we would want to. So that's shit. This is why I always take the, this is why I believe you need to play dynamic risk to reward, and this is why I believe 70% of times you just need to take a quick gain like that and don't let it run, because anyway, if it comes back, first of all, your gains are gone, right? You could have taken them, making the account a little bit grow it, and second of all, you anyway come in at exactly the same price again. So it only makes sense to take it. The only reason why you should not take it is because it could potentially be a trend or runner, but like I said, 70% of time it will not be that. It will 70% of time come back to the same price again like it does now. And now let's go here to the 2 minute quickly. I want to see a green one here. That would be helping us, still not happening here. That sucks. Still pushing down here. Could even come a little bit lower. You can see it's not fully at the bottom of the 1 hour. It's probably gonna do that now. Also in the 2 hour it could come lower. It could come all the way here. Then we need to take a little loss, maybe even. So annoying. The market today is not nice, guys, because we try to let it go to the target, and every time we're in gain, but then we give up the gain and then we take some losses, right? And this is how we got the account down, right? We were already at 4K, now we're back at 3.5, and now the same shit is happening again. Might as well cut it then here. Yeah, we can cut it because we anyway need to open the position then again, right? Okay, so we got out here with an $8 profit. That's not much. And now, because it doesn't make sense to hold it right now, right? Because we're at the same price. So if it turns around, we can simply go in again. And but as long as it's not turning around, there's a risk that it is doing a fast drop now, right? And that's why I went out. I'm just gonna wait now for a signal to go back in and then reopen it. It's better because we have now 7 minutes until the US opening, and it can just drop still, right? And we don't want to be in there for that. So this is why I took it out. Shit, we should have taken these 300 gains, man. We were again at 4K. This is what I wanted for today. And again, it's just annoying. Go now all the way to the bottom here of the 1 hour. That was to be expected. And we're waiting here in the 2 minute for a green candle. Here we can see a support, so it's gonna come a little bit deeper, probably until here. That's still 3 pips away. Alright, alright, alright. And hopefully there we can see a green one, so we can reopen this trade on the long side. Still pushing down here, trying to engulf now. What about the 4 hour? That sucks, man. 4 hour was nice, thrusting up, and again it's trying to break the thrust of the 4 hour. It's probably gonna touch the 4 hour low then. Good that we went out. Like I said, we made still $8. It's better than to be in minus now. We would be probably $100 in minus already, or maybe even more. So I'm gonna wait it out here until the US opening and then hopefully get another long opportunity. I'm gonna monitor 2 minutes or 5 minutes and see if we get a turnaround candle there, right? And then open it back up. I will catch you in another one, guys.
A few moments later.
Alright, guys, so as you can see, we're back in here with 3 lots. We have some stabilization here in the 2 minute. So there was a nice hammer candle, right? And here's an engulfing. Before that, there was an engulfing. So I'm expecting a bottom here, hopefully. 5 minute also. You could see here a change now of, oh my God, of the thrust. So let's see. Problem is 15 minutes. Still need to close here. So it's gonna take probably another 5 minutes here to really stabilize. Hopefully it will get green. And we are in session now. The US session has opened. And yeah, I want now a move up, and hopefully we will get to the targets today. I don't know. It's been a very shitty day, to be honest. This upside down stuff, I hate it. Especially if it's such a small range, right? I can deal with bigger ranges and then I take profits here and there. But this is shit, you know. As you can see, the market went up here 16 pips, then came down here again 20 pips, then went up again here, and now trying to come down again. This is very shit. This is a shit range. So we need a little bit of normal movement, right? Where at least we have a little bit of distance, then we can take a profit somewhere. But this is stupid that we 2 times, you know, turn around here, and we were always long, right? Here we were long, and we got out this morning here with this stop fish. And then here we were long again, and again we needed to go out because here again the same stuff happened. So hopefully it's gonna stabilize here, finally build the support here in this area, and then finally take the support to run up here, right? To the targets. I put the target now a bit high, to be honest. I don't even know, I just put it randomly somewhere. Yeah, 2K bucks or something, but I'm not probably gonna go out at R1, right? When we hopefully arrive there. R1 would be, let's go to TradingView again. R1 would be up here, right? It's like 40 pips away or something like that. Here we would consider to go out. If it really starts pushing through R1 like a fast move, then I would probably take it out here at this round number. It's just slightly above it. Now let's see, let's hope we can finally stabilize here. It has been annoying enough, right? Now let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hour, we are still thrusting up, as you can see here on the left. Still try to break it again, but it's still thrusting up. Potentially still support, potentially still holding, I don't know. We need to see pretty annoying moves, to be honest. They're not nice. 2 hour actually opened a new up thrust here. This is why I'm trying to go with it. But it's pretty shitty so far. So let's hope for the best.
Later.
Okay guys, we're back, and yeah, my feeling was right. We should have just taken the gains up there, right? Then we would have had 4K in the account, but it turned around again quickly, and that's pretty much it. So it's gonna dump now, most likely. We're not gonna take any shorts, of course, because that's against the trend. Now it did a lot of topping here, right? So we're gonna dump here and then come up, but then anyway that's too late in the day as well. So nothing to do anymore. Unfortunately, it was difficult because the 4 hour kind of screwed us over, because it was thrusting up, and here it started a new up thrust, right? And it was to be expected to hold and go up. We're now at the 4 hour bottom. Maybe something still happens there, but like I said, it doesn't look good anymore. Now also the 1 hour close, it got destroyed. It was looking like thrust up here as well. 2 hour looked like thrust up. Actually, it still could be, it's at the bottom of the 2 hour, but don't like it how this is behaving. We will monitor it. Maybe can still turn here, but I don't know. US is in session, right? And we have now a 1 hour close that's engulfed down. That's not nice. Again, kind of confirming the first one that engulfed down, right? This is why it sells off again, actually. So not nice what's going on here. Let's look in the retracements. We could easily touch the 50, could easily touch here as well, 60, could easily come back to the pivot as well. Daily is again retracing here a bit. We accept that it is possible to do a whole retracement down here, but it just took so long today. It was so freaking slow. I don't like these slow markets. They take a lot of money from you because you always try a position, then it doesn't work out. You take paper cuts, but eventually they sum up. As you can see, our account is also kind of in pain now. You know, we were at 4K already, now we're back at 3.4. It's still very good overall, but this day today was shit. Not gonna lie. Yeah, so what can we do? Nothing. Gonna monitor it here. I think it's just gonna now quickly dump down here, because now it's finally moving, you know. And yeah, I don't see any reasons why it should not do a quick dump here as well. So now the 1 hour gives us also a clear target to the downside. Yes, so that's probably gonna come next, and then it's anyway too late in the day, so probably not gonna do anything anymore. And yeah, then we will finish the week off like it's now. I'm not so really happy about that. I wanted that 4K. We could have gotten it if we would have taken the gains up here. I was heavily thinking about it, but again, I was thinking to hold it, you know, because it was thrusting up nicely. I was thinking to hold it a little bit higher here, something like that, and it didn't do it. So now coming down here and just still correcting. Yeah, don't like it, nothing to do basically. Now it's gonna probably close this gap here, which was open, so it has some room to move. Potentially we could try a long down here, right? But I don't know if it's not too late in the day, but I would like to get a few pips to get the account balance up again, but we need to be careful. We lost too much already. We always took a little bit, right? Now we also just lost maybe 80 bucks again, but it just sums up. If you do this, imagine if you do this 10 times, then you lose 800 in total, right? Do 10 times 80 bucks. Need to see. But at least we went out quickly. You know, I was getting out quickly when I saw it's not working out. 15 minutes counter engulfed here, you know, and then we needed to just quit it. So let's see. So far it's dumping, nothing to do here.
1 hour later.
Okay guys, back here with the last update for today. As you can see, we improved this account a little bit more. Sorry guys, my window is open, there might be some background noise.
we improved this account a little bit more, so we're not at 3,400 anymore. Now we're at 3,500. We made quickly $100 gain. And how did we do that? Oh my god, that MetaTrader sound is bad. We went quickly. Was an exception. We did a short here of the 4 hour because we had this very bad 4 hour close here. So for me it was pretty clear that it will come down a bit. We took advantage of that, right? Now let's see trade history. Yeah, you can see the trade here, right? So I tried it here, won a little bit, went out because it took a while, and then here I averaged in 1 position, 2 positions, and averaged 1 out here basically, and took it down here. That was basically it, and with that we made $100, you know. And to look at this morning, I knew when I would go out here, I would go out on the low point. I said it, and it was exactly like that. That is so stupid. But yeah, that was happened this morning. It gave away a lot of gains, right? This whole distance here, yeah, 27 pips. Stupid. But anyway, it is what it is. We are now back here with 3,500. More was not possible this week, unfortunately. Kind of a bummer, because in floating equity we were at 4,300 in the peak, but of course you can not secure all of that. But I would have really liked to finish this week at 4K, but it was not possible. Also guys, I decided, just to let you know, I will do a withdrawal now. I already put this request in. I will withdraw about $400 here. So we will start next week around 3,000 again, 3,100. I left a little bit buffer because I don't want to fall under the 3K mark if possible. But I need to pay myself a little bit here because, like I said, the initial risk in this position. God damn it, this MetaTrader. One moment. Alright guys, let's switch. Let's close MetaTrader, forget it. Always in the night it's doing these crazy stupid noises. Anyway, basically what I wanted to say, I requested already a withdrawal, so we will take out about $400 and then we'll start fresh with 3,100 next week, so around the 3,000 mark, which is fine. So just don't be surprised when the account is down a bit next week. I want to withdraw because, you know, I paid in this beginning of this account, I put in $300, right? And so now I need to get risk-free. Even I will pay myself a little bit, just $100, right? But this you need to do to beat the broker. So it doesn't matter what will happen now in the future with this account. If it totally crashes to zero, it doesn't matter. We'll get out the initial investment of $300. So that is very important. This is why I, you know, now requested this withdrawal. So hopefully on Monday it will arrive and then we can start fresh. And I think for me this is also good psychologically. I don't want to become obsessed with the account balance because it's a kind of a challenge now that I'm doing here, and I don't like these kind of things, these kind of challenges, right? Because I'm recording everything from YouTube, so I'm challenging myself. I don't like that, and I can already feel that I'm falling too much in love with this big account balance because it is big now in terms from where it came, right? Subjectively it's not big. For me a big account would be maybe everything over 10K maybe would be considered kind of big. Still kind of small account, but not that small anymore considering from where we came from. We made very good progress and I'm falling kind of in love with this account balance. This is a problem maybe you notice when you're a trader yourself, and this is why when you get this feeling, my advice is just take money out. Just take money out. Right, so the account balance becomes lower, and I kind of became in love with this 4K mark, even maybe 5K, and I'm feeling like I really want to push it there, and this is not a good feeling, you know. I don't want to push it and get unnecessary risk. I just want to concentrate on the charts and get into the best positions, right? Otherwise we can easily have a fuck up, and I don't want to do that. Right, so I think necessary to take a withdrawal here, get risk free, and then start with a fresh mind next week. As you can see in the chart, what is my prediction? Actually, I will also make a video about the market focus and talk about that, but I'm assuming we will have a pullback down here to wash out this level and then do the up move, right, to the higher targets. So this is basically what I'm expecting here, right? also in the weekly, we kind of need a pullback to close this gap here, maybe even to the weekly low. So anything here or here could happen, and then up again, right? So hopefully we'll get cheap prices next week to buy in again, right? Anyway, with that being said, guys, I will update you in the next one. This is the last video for this week. Pretty happy with so far. I flipped this account like crazy, right? But also I think the psychological effects are getting to me right now, and I need to be careful not to fuck it up, right? So guys, I catch you in the next one. Peace. Cool, guys, that's it from the second episode. Hope you liked it. It was again pretty crazy. A lot of stuff happened, a lot of swings in the accounts as well. But the most craziest thing is still about to come. You will see specifically how I flipped this account finally from 3k all the way to 12k, and then it went nuts. I'm not gonna say much more, but my brain is completely fried. I had the craziest trading week last week. All of this happened last week, and I still can't believe this happened. So check it out, and definitely watch the next episode. Episode 3 is the banger. So see you there, guys.